Yo guys, what's good? Enigma here, back with my Bluegeta video as I said. Just some quick things before the video starts. Obviously I've just got some combos here going on. But today I'm not going to be talking about his assist. I'll probably do like a note on Twitter maybe after that. But I'm just going to talk about his assist for this video because I think everyone's kind of clued up on that. But generally just talking about the character on point. And I also won't be doing like a what I want for buffs on this character. I'll probably do it on Twitter as well just because I don't want the video to drag on too long. It's already like over 15 minutes, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be talking about. That's what I'm not going to be talking about this video, but what I will be talking about, as we're going to start now, is his neutral, pressure, a little bit on his damage output, and basically why I think he's just A tier, rather than S tier. So yeah, just now you can see on the screen, just some things about his wrecker and neutral and some confirms. I feel like his wreckers are like, kind of like a budget Bardock Lariat. Not as, obviously light version doesn't go as far as Bardock's, but H version goes almost full screen, so it's kind of usable in that sense. In terms of his other tools in neutral, he's got big bang attack, as you can see now, very good at dealing with super dash if you're not comfortable using his normals, even though they are also very good for dealing with super dash, not like Super Saiyan Broly tier, sorry, Dragon Ball Super Broly tier or anything like that, but he does have some nice confirms if you are able to snipe out super dashes with normal buttons. So yeah, he's got those, just I'm showing on the screen now. Some really character specific stuff, which is actually really nice. Some good corner carry as well, and obviously the side swap as well when you're back to the corner. Pretty nice for him. I don't think anyone else really has something like that. Maybe Kid Buu, Meterless, but you don't get Dragon Rush of it. So now, just talking about his big bang attack again in a bit more detail. Using it for Niagara combos in the corner. It's actually really good for that. Adds a ton of damage. Does about just over 5k. That combo there for 1 bar is pretty good, and you can like meter dump after that as well. So yeah, it's definitely a really good tool in neutral and in combos. I feel like kind of can use it for like punishing other things in neutral, not necessarily as like a go-to. So now I'm just going to talk about his key blasts. His key blasts, I actually really like them. Especially the angle on his 2S. It covers an angle where someone like GT Goku has to use a beam to cover that angle. So obviously you can whiff, cancel, banish normals. So since you can cover that angle while also being safe from super dash, because you can banish obviously, I think that's really useful. So then we move on to showing how it can cover like people from full screen. You can actually throw both key blasts and be able to 2H in time if someone cancels their block animation into super dash from full screen. Very similar to how Kid Buu can do it as well. Kid Buu can actually J2H you, it's kind of funny. Just a little funny interaction there, for I put that in. But he can also obviously land and then 2H. So I feel like the angle is slightly better, maybe not better, but it's different and it's pretty useful. So his grabs also useful for like dealing with people who are like up backing all the time. Obviously his key blast, you can use them in conjunction with his key blast. They can, you can stall for someone's assist to come back, because obviously they can't call their assist 20 frames from being in block stun, so it might make them want to take action. Obviously because you've got grab as well, very useful there. Follow up with assists. So using those two tools in conjunction just to cover that angle and make your opponent uncomfortable with what you're going to do is very good, especially since you can cancel 2S into 2H. Yo guys, what's good? Alright, so I'm just going to switch over to some live commentary. I feel like a bit easier to talk about this part, so do forgive me if I make some mistakes along the way. But yeah, so right now we're going to talk about the mix aspect of Vegeta. So just got him here in the corner against GT Goku. I'm basically going to talk about his medium wreckers. His medium wreckers are his main mix-up tool. Just show you here what is on guard all for now. Just quickly, his M wreckers are never a true string from any normal. So they're not a true string from 5H or anything. Even from light wreckers, they're not a true string. Now this, at first, this kind of feels like, okay, cool, they can just mash reflect whatever. But because he actually can string this from any medium button, or sorry, any button in general, rather, he can literally just press it from any button. The opponent basically has to guess when you're gonna do it, because as you can see in the frame data, it's 17 frames startup. It's not gonna be something they're gonna be reflecting on reaction very easily unless they're looking for it. And even if they are looking for it, they might not get it in time, right? Just for some comparison, Kid Buu's 236M is 18 frames, and that's after 1M, making it hit as close as possible. And you know, people don't reflect this on reaction, so it's definitely not something easy to do. So it is a really strong tool. I'll talk more about the comparison to other 50/50 tools in a second, but yeah. So he's got this M-Wrecker, and he can basically do M-Wrecker on any wrecker, right? So he can do LLM. Let me get some Goddle. So assuming they don't reflect, so he can do it on LLM. I don't think you can edit for this one, can you? No, you can't edit for that one. Okay. So you can do MLM and then air dash, I believe. Yep, there. So depending on whichever combination you do, you can basically air dash after an M-Wrecker. So LM, air dash there, or M, air dash there. You can also do LM, so LHM, if I get a beta. You can also do LHM, which lets you air dash after that, if I get it right. There you go. So you can do a lot of tricky things. You can also do L236HM, I believe, and then do that, yeah. So there's a lot of different variations that you can do. Some of them will let you air dash and do a JM after. Some of them won't. Is this one? That one will. Which one's the one that won't let you do that? This one? Yeah, that one. So M and an L will let you do that. There is one that doesn't let you do that. But the main point is that there's two overhead timings. One with JL, which is quicker, and one with JM, which is obviously a bit slower. And the JL one, I believe, hits at the same time as the 2L when you land on low, do a low. And the JM will hit later, after the low timing. Obviously, you can, depending on your assist, you can true string into a 2M, which also adds another low timing as a true string. So obviously that depends on your assist. So he's basically got two different overhead timings and two different low timings, and once you mix them up, it's going to be very hard, especially with the different timings on the wreckers for when they can reflect and when they can't. It's going to be very hard for them to block against this mix up. It's basically a guess on every, like whether they want to try and reflect, or whether they want to try and guess high or low, or the delayed high or the delayed low. It's not very easy at all for them to defend against it. So this is why I believe that his M-Wrecker is one of the best, or if not the best, after GT Goku's Rasengan, light Rasengan. I think it's the best setup for a 50/50, for a general 50/50 in the corner in the game. And the main reason, well, all of that, and then the reason after that, is that even from a light button, you can't 2H this. So Kid Buu's set to crouching, and he can't 2H that after light button. Whereas if you compare it to Kid Buu's, from the light button, you can 2H that, and that's mid screen and corner as well. It's not 6M. Yep. So Blue Vegeta cannot be 2H'd out of it. You have to reflect it for level 3. So yeah, it's a very, very strong tool. Something that people should hold in higher regard, I believe. And it's literally just as simple as that. Like air dash high, land low. Obviously I didn't time it right there, but he can do this with I think the lowest frame, or the lowest blocks on assist he can do this with is 21 frames, like Android 16, I think that's what I got when I tested it. If that is right, I'll put it up on the screen maybe just after this. But yeah, he's a lot more versatile in which assists he can use for this mix-up. So it's definitely strong. Kid Buu actually has trouble even getting this low after this to be true with the beam assist. It's really, really hard for him. So yeah, it's definitely more versatile. It's easy to set up. It's more flexible, more assists anytime, and what's it called, Blue Vegeta does as well have a key blast. So if you are trying to guess on the 236M at any time during the string, you can just do this, and 5M starter. That's a big damage. So yeah, it's definitely strong. Definitely something people should hold in high regard. And he can mix things up with H Wrecker going behind you, or just generally confusing you, when he's gonna do it. So yeah, I think it's definitely strong. So people should definitely be using it more. So yeah. There's one more thing I forgot to cover about this 236M. It's guard cancel, actually, how it interacts with guard cancel. So real quick, 236M is -8 on block, which means it is punishable. So if they do if they do press a button and you don't use an assist, they can punish you. So the last wrecker on every wrecker is, the last wrecker, no matter what you do, L, M or H, is safe, third one. But each other one before that is punishable. So there's that. But obviously if you have an assist, it wouldn't matter because you're setting up a mix. So if they guard cancel so that they can get away from the mix, if you actually look here real quick, they do get away, you can't block. However, they have to guard cancel on like the very first frame it connects. If they delay their guard cancel because they're reacting, and by like 3 frames, you can actually block in time. So it's definitely still not easy, and like I said, they have to be predicting exactly when you're going to do it, because you can do it off of any button in the string. So it's definitely something that's not easy. And even if they do guard cancel on the very first frame, if Bluegeta has 3 meters, he can level 3 on reaction if he's predicting it. Something that most other like 50/50 characters can't, well, not say most. Team Gohan can't do it, doesn't have an area level 3, adult Gohan can't do it. And there's all their legs and stuff are like guaranteed, guard cancels. Like you can guard cancel pretty late on theirs. And because they have such a easy, because Team Gohan, he has to do 2H, right? He has to do 2H and then legs, or he has to do 5LL and then legs. So they have a telling point for when their setup as a special is going to be, whereas Vegeta Blue doesn't. Neither does Kid Buu, but his is safe to guard cancel anyway. But yeah, it's way harder to deal with on Vegeta's Blue's setup, 236M setup. So yeah, something else I want to point out: guard cancel is it's another risky answer to basically it. Whereas against Team Gohan, adult Gohan, pretty much guaranteed. And Vegeta Blue also, what people will generally do against Kid Buu is guard cancel on his normals. So like 1M, not delayed, because that's unsafe. Whereas Vegeta Blue, not that character. Vegeta Blue, he's safe on 1M, he's safe on 2M, safe on 5M, and obviously safe on 5S as well. So yeah, he's safer on a lot more normals. So yeah, that's something I want to cover as well. Okay, so I'm back with the after recording commentary. So the next thing I just want to talk about is some conditioning that he can do with command grabs and with wreckers. But for now, so the first one is command grab. Just you can see the little reset combo and into a JH, which actually beats counter hits 2H on wake up if they do down tech 2H. And obviously the other quote-unquote fake option is to do the command grab while they're trying to block the overhead, since they can't 2H. Obviously that will take some conditioning, make sure you counter hit them on their 2H startup, and then that would probably work. That's one thing that he can do as well. And then if we move on to his mix-ups and pressure, he can actually condition with his wreckers and his mix-ups. So here we see I use Goku assist, and I do a little bit of stagger, then I use another stagger. That's because my opponent will probably assume that I'm going to go straight into a mix-up with Bardock, but then my Goku assist comes back, and then also because there's another gap, my Bardock assist comes back. So instead of just having 2 mix-ups, I get to actually use 4 mix-ups in the whole sequence. So obviously that depends on whether or not my opponent is ready to reflect or not. So yeah, that's something else he can do. And then lastly, or well, not lastly actually, but I want to touch on his Clash sequence. He's actually one of the very few characters who has a 8-frame normal. So unless someone wants to commit to a special, then he will beat most characters out. Obviously Bardock, his 8 frames normal special will beat the Bluegeta's 5LL. But yeah, he has a very strong sequence there. And then lastly, his anti-zoning. This is one of his strongest tools, I feel. Niagara Pummel is invuln throughout the whole thing, so it goes through projectiles and literally just you can get a very good combo off of it from mid-screen. And he also has anti-zoning with his command grab, which goes through Key Blast from frame 1. His H command grab, heavy command grab, EX1 goes through frame 1, and it's very strong against characters like Broly who rely on their zoning tools like 5S and 226S. And his grab does also grab through armor as well. Obviously you have to hit them before they hit you, but it does work that way. So yeah, that pretty much concludes my Bluegeta video. So yeah, I didn't talk about his assist. I do think his assist is decent. It's not super anything crazy. It's basically like a Super Saiyan Vegeta assist that you can't super dash through. It has some faults, not faults, but some drawbacks. You can't obviously use super dash assist with it because it kind of gives it away because of how slow the startup is. So it kind of gives it away if you are trying to use that. And they can basically reflect on prediction when you're going to time it. Obviously you can then play some mind games with the whole 2Ming at the same time as the assist hits, but that's an extra layer that you have to play with, whereas a lot of other assists don't have to play that. So yeah, I think overall he's a very decent character. You can definitely play him with some of the other top tiers. For example, what Gohan I think he's good with. GT Goku's definitely can work with as well. So yeah, there's definitely some. If you wanted to pick him, or I wouldn't say pick him up to win tournaments, but I would say if you are someone who does play him, there's definitely some strong tools that he has that you can use to win tournaments with him. So it definitely, I don't feel he holds anyone back necessarily if you play him. So yeah, that concludes my Vegeta video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe and comment if you agree. If you don't agree, let me know what you think I could work on as well next time. I do think my commentary could do a bit of work with my voiceover. I've been kind of busy this week. I'm back to university, so I kind of had to rush this video a little bit. So excuse me if there are some weird parts that seem a bit inconsistent. But yeah, next video will be a much more higher quality. Obviously I'm going to LCQ this weekend as well, so after my next video after will probably be after the balance patch. Maybe I'll do one before, but I'll see how it goes. So yeah, thanks for watching, and like I said, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. If you want to see my streams or my rants, always fun to hang out with those. But yeah, peace out guys, thanks for watching.